Dr. Davila, thank you for your question. While I was working on the first video, I had started to think on how the secular view and the Christian view of abnormality can somehow complete each other. And Twistle in 2015 talks about how God intended us to be perfect, and then when sin came into our lives, we became full of abnormalities. It continues to talk about Christ's redemption to us and how we have received healing through God's redemption, can continue to receive it. The secular world still is looking for the reasoning behind some of these behavioral abnormalities, the ones that are clinically relevant. Um, However, the secular world has given us many ways to diagnose and to start with the healing process. And I think that we can use both in our counseling. I think psychopathology is one of the many abnormalities we have in the world. I think of it as an abnormality of mental illness and that it has come to the world because of sin. One of the many ways sin has twisted God's creation and his intention of us having perfect minds. Um, I'm very proud to have read of the church's history in being a source of healing, um, being God's representatives for those with mental disabilities. Um, Cringe in 2021 explains that unfortunately the stigma associated with mental illness is still around. It's always been around, and unfortunately, it might be less than before, but it's still around. And I think that the stigma on mental illness or on any kind of abnormality is just another abnormality. It's a sin of being prideful that we think we are perfect or better than others. Um, and This just is a reminder that we all have our abnormalities. Some are hidden, some are accepted, and some are very visible, like mental illness um, or physical illnesses. I believe as Christian counselors, we can use both secular and Christian views in our work. We know that we need God's wisdom, biblical wisdom, the wisdom and the wise counsel of others. I believe that God has given people, even those who are not Christian, the ability to thrive, become successful, find different resources, and through their research, especially about psychopathology. Um, and I do believe that if they were Christian followers, that their success would have been perfectly successful. Those who have started the work of psychopathology have been doing it with the wisdom of God. Again, even if they are not Christians. And I believe that we can use this work um, with the special lens of God's wisdom um, and become the best counselors that we can be. Thank you.